Hey everyone, I am Princess Link, and I found out who the president was in 72. It was Richard Nixon, the biggest bitch. I looked it up. I don't have anything else to do. Anyway, today. The swimmer delivery vehicle shot out of the Ohio-class submarine's torpedo tube and sliced its way through the sub-zero salt water toward the dock. With no propulsion system, the device was silent and stealthy as it made its way within range of the destination. It didn't feel as cold as he expected. The figure that clung to the SDV was dressed in a polythermal bodysuit, goggles, and scuba gear. The so-called sneaking suit protected him from the extreme temperature, but Dr. Hunter told him that the shot she'd given him was also contributing to his comfort. Something about the hypodermic containing an anti-freezing peptide to keep the blood and other body fluids from turning to ice, which could easily happen in the waters of Alaska's Fox Archipelago. But however you pronounce that, I don't know. English is hard, guys. The Fox Islands were clustered in the Aleutian chain just east of Samalga Pass and the islands of Four Mountains Group. I don't see how that's important. They were notorious for being difficult to navigate because of recurring adverse weather conditions and an abundance of reefs. As a result, the submarine had to remain a significant distance out to sea. Thus, the need for what Campbell had called a surgical insemination. What? The man rode the SDV for nearly a nautical mile, at which point the missile's forward thrust began to decline. The trick was to guide the thing to make a soft landing on the rocky, icy ocean floor. Allowing the device to tilt slightly to the right or left not only could cause a dangerous collision, but could also alert the enemy's sonar to its location. The rider used both hands to keep the steering mechanism steady as the SDV slowed, drifted lower, and eventually steered over the icy bottom of the smooth thud. When it came to a stop, Solid Snake checked the codec and verified his GPS position, pushed away from the device, and swam toward the dock. Snake might have questioned the wisdom of keeping fit after he supposedly had retired. If he had only gained a few pounds and done nothing but sit and watch television, Campbell might have had second thoughts about his taking the job. The fact that Snake was in superb shape gave Campbell another excuse to think that his man was ready to come back to work, even though Snake had fled to the middle of nowhere, trying to escape life. But he was suddenly thankful that he was in excellent shape, for Snake encountered powerful currents that were preventing him from reaching ground. He struggled hard against them, staying focused, concentrating on the breathing and appropriate muscle groups he needed to get through this, faced with many hurdles he would have to overcome before accomplishing his goals. Eventually, he arrived at the docks several seconds ahead of schedule. He was glad to use them to rest and get his bearings. Shadow Moses Island. I made it. Slowly and quietly, the man with the code name Solid Snake surfaced to his nose and peered at the platform. Floodlights illuminated the area, but the AC wind obscured much of the visibility in all directions. The cargo dock was empty, and so Snake took hold of his support and grasped it tightly. Like a salamander slipping across a stone, he climbed the support, slid onto the platform, and darted to the shadows of the side of the water filtration tank. Okay, that, simile didn't make sense because, I guess it makes sense, but it's weird because salamanders were thought to be like fire and shit, and he's just climbing out of the water. It's like, what? He was out of sight there, so he removed the tank and flippers and laid them against the wall. That's it. Just a few moments to recharge. Wish I had a cigarette. Snake closed his eyes and began his relaxation exercises. In 60 seconds, he'd be like new. As part of the meditation, Snake sometimes allowed his mind to drift over the events of earlier hours. That helped put the mission in place. Now, I can't see Snake meditating. What? I can't see it, okay? 2 days earlier, he had been dreaming about gathering blueberries and salmon berries with a mind toward feeding the huskies and been training with a great Iditarod trail sled dog race when his internal alarm jumped his He listened for a repetition of the sound that had infiltrated his sleep. There, a footstep crunching something outside the cabin. How come the huskies didn't bite? Snake leaped out of bed, grabbed the 9mm Heckler & Koch P7 from his gun clipboard, and snapped a magazine into it. He then carefully peered out of the frost-covered window to see three figures darting through the trees behind the cabin. Black Ops, armed with assault rifles. Who the hell are these guys? Snake muttered aloud. Time for my terrible impressions of all the characters. Yay. He quickly took the bulletproof vest from the table and threw it around himself. Because, that's just the kind of thing you just have casually. You got your keys, your shoes, your bulletproof vest. Anyway. He had just finished unhapping the last strap when he heard the men in the other room on the other side of the bedroom door. Snake quickly assumed a fighting stance at the side of the door, ready for the intrusion. Combat operative Solid Snake, called a voice. We are your friends. Please throw down your weapon. We're under orders from Colonel Roy Campbell. I repeat, throw down your weapon. We're here from Colonel Roy Campbell. Campbell, what the hell? Nice poem, Dave. Yay! Snake figured the soldiers were using thermal imaging to determine that he was standing in the other room with a pistol in hand. And since Campbell was the only person who knew that Snake lived like a hermit in a remote cabin near Twin Lakes in the Alaskan wilderness, he reluctantly placed the handgun on the table. We're entering the room. Please raise your hands and do not move. Snake did as he was told. Two combat soldiers burst into the room, faced Snake, and pointed rifles at him. The door was unlocked. Sounds like Batman. The door was unlocked, boys. Why can I not do it now? Oh my god. You didn't have to break it down. Get dressed, please. One of the men ordered. The colonel's waiting. Snake sighed heavily. You better have one hell of a good reason for this. I'm going to die. Okay. 5 minutes later, Snake and 6 soldiers were trudging through the newly fallen snow to a transport helicopter that had landed 100 meters away. Snake figured he hadn't heard the chopper because the wind was strong that morning. Or he was just asleep. A major storm was about to come through. The next hour went by in a blur as the helicopter flew out to sea and made a rendezvous with the SSBN 732 Discovery, Colonel Campbell's mobile headquarters, a submarine currently floating in the Bering Sea. The men escorted Snake through the bowels of the boat until he was placed in what appeared to be the medic's examination room. Snake was told to strip to his underwear as he needed to undergo some tests. The hell I will! Snake grumbled. You don't have a choice, soldier, when the men replied. Just do it. When they left him alone, Snake decided to play along. Perhaps they'd send in a pretty nurse to take care of him. It had been a while since he'd seen a female, much less touched one. What? Dave, stop being so horny all the time. After he'd been sitting in his shorts for 15 minutes, is he now British? Because he'd kept his beloved bandana on. One of the few men Snake called a friend entered the room. Since the officer had been the commander of Foxhound while Snake had been a member, the two men forged a bond that had endured beyond Snake's self-imposed retirement. Snake, you look well. That was really bad, I'm sorry. Snake didn't want to say the man appeared older. After all, the man was in his 60s. Colonel Campbell was dressed, as usual, in his old green-gray uniform, even though he was no longer part of that elite unit. Thanks, Colonel. You look stressed. Why? Why can I not do it all of a sudden? Colonel, I'm trying to sneak around, but I'm dumb and thick, and the clap from my ass cheeks keeps alerting the guys. There we go. Campbell shrugs. Comes with the job. You interrupted a very pleasant dream I was having about berries. This had better be good. Who just dreams about berries? Solid Snake does, guys. Sorry if the boys were a little rough, Snake. We need you. This isn't good, but it's big. Colonel, Snake, we've got a serious situation, and you're the only man who can get us out of it. You know, I'm retired from Foxhound, Colonel. I don't take orders anymore. Let me tell you what's up, and you'll change your mind. You know, Foxhound splintered, and many of the next generation special forces banded together and became a renegade group of terrorists. For lack of a better word, hell-bent on taking whatever they want and doing whatever they deem necessary to accomplish their goals. I heard something about it. Well, about 5 hours ago. This is not a good Campbell impression. Not a good Campbell impression. About 5 hours ago, a nuclear weapons disposal facility on Shadow Moses Island was attacked and captured by those renegades, led by members of Foxhound. They're holding hostages and demanding that the government turn over the remains of Big Boss. They say that if the demands are not met within 24 hours, they'll launch a nuke. A shadow posted over his snake's face at the mention of the name. Big Boss. Your father. Yes. Snake found in confusion. Why do they want a corpse? A woman dressed in a white lab coat came into the room. She carried a hypodermic needle and was smiling. Snake found her attractive and guessed she was at least she was in her late 20s. At last, who's she? He asked. This is Dr. Naomi Hunter, the unit's chief medic. She's also an expert in gene therapy. She pointed the needle at him and said, "This round-headed bitch!" She's got that dumb British accent for no reason. I mean, obviously it's fake because she loses it and then agrees solid for it, but like, woo. Just, you know. What's that? I'll tell you in a minute. She proceeded to sterilize the diamond and gave him the shot before he could fit it. Damn it, Colonel, I haven't agreed. Shut up and let me finish, Snake! That actually sounds like a pretty decent liquid invasion, as far as I can tell. When she was done, Dr. Hunter stepped back but remained in the room. The Colonel continued, They don't necessarily want Big Boss's corpse. They want cell specimens that contain genetic information. What for? Gene therapy, so they can better themselves. Dr. Hunter spoke in a cultured accent that was not quite British, but certainly Ivy League. They can enhance their next-gen forces with the cells. The military has been working toward identifying the genes that make what they hope to be perfect soldiers. Once the genes are identified, we can splice them into regular troops and then turn them into Supermen. Yes. So far, we've discovered about 60 of these soldier genes in Big Boss. Snake shook his head. So his body was recovered after all. He was freaking burnt up. How do you recover a corpse from that? How? You know? Campbell said, yeah, his cells have remained frozen in a cryo chamber. His genetic information is, well, priceless. Priceless for the military. Snake, you can understand why we can't simply hand over his body. It's more valuable as a weapon than any WMD our enemies could threaten us with. Dr. Hunter added, his body was severely burned, but it was possible to restore his DNA profile from just a single strand of hair. Who are these terrorists? Snake asked. Dr. Henry replied, they're calling themselves the Sons of Big Boss. Campbell continued, there are 600 members of Foxhound, and there's pretty tough, rough characters. The guy in charge is Foxhound's squad leader. Campbell opened a large envelope marked, classified! And handed him photographs of everyone as he mentioned the names. Snake looked, like what Snake? Campbell nodded with me. I'm afraid so. A man with the same code name as you. He looks just like me. Pretty shocking, huh? His skin tone is different, his hair is blonde and not black, but otherwise you two do look alike, I must admit. Campbell turned away, not looking Snake in the eye. This is why we need you for this mission. We believe you're the only person who can stand against him. Snake rubbed his eyes and tried to digest the info. Tell me what you know about him. Mei Ling, tell me what you know about Peach. He fought in the Gulf War as a teenager, the youngest person in the SAS. His job was to track down and destroy mobile Scud missile launching platforms. You were there, Snake. Didn't you infiltrate Iraq with a platoon of Green Berets? I was just a kid myself back then. The details are classified, but it seems that originally Liquid Snake penetrated the Middle East as a sleeper for the SIS. You mean he was a spy for the Prince? He never once showed his face in Century Oslo. He was taken prisoner in Iraq, and after that there was no trace of him for several years. After you retired, he was rescued and became a member of Foxhound. I thought that by that time they were no longer using code names. I don't know its real name, Campbell said. That information is so highly classified that even I can't look at it. Snake rubbed the stubble on his chin. He suddenly felt much older than his 33 years. He indicated the other photographs. Who else? Succubus Mantis, a Russian with originally powerful psychic abilities. I'm sure they use him for brainwashing and psychological warfare.
Then there's Sniper Wolf, a Kurdish woman from Iraq who they say is one of the best shots on the planet. Gorgeous and deadly. From Mexico, there's Decoy Octopus, a master of disguise. He speaks a dozen languages and is an expert in transforming his appearance. Talented fellow. There are 2 photos left. Vulcan Raven comes from Alaska. He's half Alaskan Indian, half Inuit Eskimo, which is a slur, by the way. Don't say that or I will fight you! The guy's a powerful soldier, and not just because he's a giant. A giant? Oh my god. 210 centimeters tall. Sounds like these guys could open their own circus stage. He's also an Indian shaman, practices some kind of voodoo that involves what he calls spirits of the wilderness. Snake nodded. I know about those guys in Alaska. They can command animals to do things. Birds, dogs, you name it. Pretty spooky. Finally, there's Revolver Ocelot. A Russian, he's an interrogation specialist and formidable gunfighter. Strange guy, he dresses one of those dusters from the cowboy days and wields a 6-shooter. They say the Russians train him to be quite the proficient torturer. You don't want to get caught alive for him. And Liquid Snakes, the head honcho, they don't look so tough. Dr. Hunter spoke up. Don't forget about the army of genome soldiers. I'm afraid to ask. They're a combination of brute strength, intelligence, and DNA sampling. Next generation special forces. We believe they're all under control of the Psycho Mantis, which is how they were able to accomplish the coup and overtake Shadow Moses facility. They started out as an anti-terrorist special ops unit made up of former members of BAC, technical escort units, and the nuclear emergency search team, Campbell explained. Their purpose was to respond to threats involving next-gen weapons of mass destruction, including NBC weapons. Until they were added, Dr. Hunter said. Who's they? Mercenaries, Campbell answered, and it gets worse. Most of them were from American agency that I think you're familiar with. They were part of Big Boss's private guide, and after he went down, the military just bought out all their contracts. Snake whines. Elder Heaven! He had a sudden flash of memory. One of his first Foxhound missions had been to infiltrate the small, self-proclaimed country in South Africa known as Outer Heaven. The powerful military leader, Big Boss, had turned coat and organized his own nation of mercenaries and renegade soldiers there. Big Boss had been wounded severely after Snake's encounter with him. The man had survived and went on several years later to mastermind another military state called Zanzibar Land. With deadly poisonous Zanzibar hamsters! Yeah! Snake's second encounter with Big Boss had proved to be the ultimate soldier's final undoing. Campbell continued. After that, they were merged with their own VR unit, Force 21, and retrained. If you ask me, these so-called next-gen special forces should be called simulated soldiers because they have no real battle experience. But don't forget, they've all been strengthened with gene therapy. Dr. Hunter warned, don't get careless just because they don't have much experience. Snake handed the photographs back to Campbell. I thought using genetically modified soldiers was prohibited by international law. Those are deprivations, Dr. Hunter counted, not actual treaties. The interesting thing is that nearly every member of the unit conspired in this attack, Campbell said. But how could an entire unit be subverted to rebellion? They're calling it a revolution, Dr. Hunter said. Like I said, we think Psycho Mantis had something to do with it. Since they all went through the same gene therapy, they probably felt closer than brothers. They see the unit as their only family. There'll be the usual types of forces, Arctic warfare squads, light infantry, NBC warfare squads, and heavily armed troopers. Snake shook his head. NBC warfare soldiers handled nuclear, biological, and chemical weapons. Terrific. And then there's the cream of the crop, Campbell added, the genome combat veterans. They'll be trust in Spec Ops, Black Owl, Kevlar, armored fatigues. They call themselves Space Seals. Why? Snake asked. Do they sit up, flap their flippers, and bite their treats? No one laughed. Oh, Dave. Disaster pie. The sons of Big Boss. But if they were regular army, they must have been interviewed periodically by army counselors. According to their files, they all got straight A's on the psychological tests. They seemed like fine, upstanding, patriotic soldiers. But they all took part in the uprising? No, several people didn't show up on the day of the exercises. That's why there was a resupply of troops. There must have been sign that something was wrong.
Dr. Hunter said, there was a report a month ago that they were acting strangely. Apparently, they consulted classified information about soldier genes and formed their own gene therapy experiments.
Listen, Campbell said, even the existence of this genome army is a national secret of the highest order. We had been hoping to investigate this thing quietly and deal with it behind closed doors.
Snake's Eyes said,
Okay, how many genome soldiers do they have with them?
Dozens,
Campbell answered. Don't tell me. Snake said, I'm going in.
That was so bad.
I need a wig on that.
Okay. Campbell allowed himself a smile.
Is there any other way?
Snake turned to Dr. Hunter.
What the hell was in that jar?
An anti-freezing peptide to prevent you from the cold. It also contains nanomachines to replenish adrenaline, nutrition, and sugars. And to top it off, there are nootropics, a class of drugs that will improve your mental function. The woman's eyes sparkled. She seemed pleased with herself.
Aren't you jumping the gun? I haven't said yes yet.
Snakes nodded at Campbell.
Why are you involved with this, Colonel? I thought you'd retired too.
Snake detected a slight hesitation and Campbell said,
Not many people know Foxhound as well as I do.
Yeah? What's the real reason?
Okay, I'll be frank. A person very dear to me is one of the hostages. My niece, Meryl Silverberg.
What was she doing there?
She's one of us, an operator, though very young and inexperienced one. She was assigned to the John Moses facility as an intern, so to speak. When several of the base soldiers were reported missing, she was called in as an emergency replacement. No sooner had she arrived than the remote occurred.
Has she been in contact with you?
No. We believe that either she's hiding or she's a prisoner along with other civilian employees there. I don't dare think of the, other possibility.
Snake narrowed his eyes at Campbell. Why would you allow someone so green to be sent there?
It was her choice. She was my little brother's girl. He and Meryl's mother never married, so Meryl uses her mother's last name. My brother died in the Gulf War when she was 10 years old, and since then I've been watching over her. She's old enough to make her own decisions, though she's not even 20 yet. She's a good soldier, Stink. She's quite adept at hand weapons, and I think you'll find she's quite good at stealth. She knows her way around computers and electric circuitry as well. If you can find her, she could be a valuable ally once you're inside. Snake didn't particularly want a teenage girl as an ally, no matter how good she was at preparing out wall outfits.
If she's practically a teenager, then why do you date her? Weirdo. He sighed again and asked,
What do I have to do?
Campbell almost couldn't contain his joy at that his most trusted operative had more or less agreed to the mission.
You'll have two objectives. First, you need to infiltrate the facility and rescue 2 VIP hostages.
Your niece and who else?
Not my niece. She's not the objective. If you can find her, great. Campbell is down. But if you can't, then I'll find her.
Who are the 2 VIPs?
Diaper Chief and Donald Anderson,
who's apparently SIGINT. Metal Gear Solid 3, fun fact. I don't know.
And the president of Armstead, Kenneth Baker.
Snake nodded. He knew that DARPA was the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency. Armstead was the corporation that supplied weapons and arms research to the U.S. military. Heavy-duty hostages. What business did those guys have a nuclear weapons disposal facility?
The truth is that secret exercises were being conducted at the time the terrorist group died.
Huh. Must have been pretty important exercises those 2 were involved. What are they doing? Testing some kind of weapon?
I'm not privy to this information.
Well, who's in charge of this operation, Colonel?
The President of the United States.
Snake? The United Snakes. I wish I lived there. Just a bunch of snakes. I like snakes. They're cute. Sometimes. So, the terrorists have a nuke. Shouldn't the President and his cronies issue a COG?
Not yet. Jim Houseman has operational control and is fully aware of the situation. After you infiltrate, if you determine they possess nuclear launch capabilities, the COG will be issued. And it was clear. Houseman was the U.S. Secretary of Defense and a member of the mysterious OSI, and yet an FBI-like organization that conducted criminal investigations among military employees, soldiers, and related civilians. His service record dated back to the Vietnam days. Snake nodded and said, I see! And what's the second objective? It's what I just said. You need to investigate whether the terrorists really have the ability to launch a nuclear strike, and stop them if they do. They've already told us they have a warhead, and they gave us a serial number. It was confirmed as authentic. Isn't there some kind of safety device to prevent this type of terrorism? Uh-huh. Every missile and warhead in our arsenal is equipped with a PAL that uses a discrete detonation code. PAL! Permissive Action Link. That's a safety control built into all nuclear weapon systems. But even so, we can't rest easy. The diaper chief knows the detonation code. Sheesh. That means they'll be on the front page of the National Enquirer tomorrow. But even if they have a nuclear warhead, it must have been removed from its missile. All the missiles on these disposal sites are supposed to be dismantled, right? It's not that easy to get your hands on ICBM, right? That used to be true, Snake, but since the end of the Cold War, you can't do anything if you have enough money and the right connections. Do you understand the seriousness of the situation now? Snake stood and stretched. Okay, I guess you have me, Colonel. But you owe me big time. Your country won't forget it, Snake. By the way, I'm not a colonel anymore. I'm just a retired old war voice. Sure, Colonel. I assume this is weapons equipment OSP. On-site procurement is the norm, you know that. We'll offer you with the SOCOM going in, though. A handgun? Damn, Colonel. Hope that doesn't put you over budget. Cut the sarcasm, Snake. Remember, this is top secret Black Ops. Don't expect any official support. We'll be in constant contact through your codec, provide you with maps and tactical advice. You know the drill. Tell me more about the facility. Unfortunately, it's primarily a hidden underground base. Even with their most advanced intelligence gathering equipment, who can tell what's happening on the inside? Peachy. Who else is Peachy? Who else is on the team? Let's go in the control room. I'll introduce you. After you just. The Colonel and Dr. Hunter left the room while Snake donned the special skin-tight suit that had been in the room when he arrived. Gotta show off them ass cheeks. 10 minutes later, he emerged, looking more like the Solid Snake combat operative Colonel Campbell had known. The control room was the hotbed of mission activity. Workstations were arranged in a circle, with each member of the team positioned at a designated station responsible for a single aspect of the mission. As commander, Campbell usually remained in the center of the circle, having easy access to each workstation. First, Campbell introduced Snake to a very young Chinese girl who sat at a bank of computers. Snake thought she was definitely a babe, but way too young for him. What about Meryl? Huh? She's 18! Can't get much younger than that and still be legal. Huh? This is Mei Ling. She's your communications officer. Specializes in image and data processing. Besides mine, you'll hear her voice a lot through the codecs in your transmitter. Hello, she said with a smile. The codec, he reflected, was an ingenious invention. The codifying satellite communication system incorporated anti-wiring anti-wire encoding, digital real-time based communication, sonar utilizing, and radar. Normal communication was instantly codified, compressed, and transmitted in a burst 1 microsecond in length. However, Snake can receive it in real time, unscrambled and decoded. Special earplugs received the transmission and stimulated the small bones of his ears so no one but him would hear the sound. And he couldn't contact any member of the team with the speed dial button corresponding to his or her codec frequency. Snake thought Mei Ling resembled a manga character come to life. David, do you have something to tell us? He shook her hand. I didn't expect to design a world-class military technology to be so cute. She gave him a sideways glance. You're just flattering me. I'm serious. Now I know I won't be bored for the next 18 hours. I can't believe I'm being hit on by the famous Solid Snake. Campbell led Snake to another computer bank, switched on a monitor, and fiddled with an elderly image of a Mercedes appeared on the screen. She had short blonde hair and an Eastern European appearance. This is Natasha Romaniko, a nuclear weapons expert. She analyzes military hardware and ordnance. She's your tech guru via Codex Snake. I'm so very glad to meet you, Snake, the woman said. I'm not even bothered, man. Snake pinpointed the dialect. Ukrainian, he said. How did you know? I guessed. Is that where you are, Ukraine? No, I'm in sunny Southern California, LA. About New LA. I can't hear ya!
Hey, yeah, I can't hear ya, I can't see ya, I can't hear ya, I can't see ya. Look at you, Campbell continued.
Dr. Hunter, you've already met. She'll be the medical officer on a mission. Did you know her grandfather was his assistant secretary in the FBI?
Is that so? Snake asked. And that gives you the qualification to be chief medical officer. No, but remember, I've already seen you naked.
Do I get a prize for that?
Dr. Hunter gave him a wicked smile and told him, well, if you make it back in one piece, maybe I'll let you see me naked. He never does see you naked, but you know who does? Hell, for no reason. This isn't the time of that, though. Can't complain when we get to that book. I hate how Naomi thing from Metal Gear Solid 4 because it's dumb and stupid.
Whoa! Colonel, when do I start? Settle down, Snake. Do you have any questions? Real ones, that is.
No, but I wish you'd wrestle Master Miller out of retirement, and Mrs. King gave pep-talks. Snake had hoped that his former Foxhound trainer and mentor, whose real name is McDonald Benedict Miller, would be present. Miller had also retired to the Alaskan wilderness, but Snake had not crossed paths with him in years. Campbell chuckled.
Snake, you'll be happy to know that Master Miller has agreed to support you with aid via the Kodak. You found him? Not exactly, but we're in touch. Don't be surprised if you suddenly hear his voice when he's surrounded by a dozen genome soldiers.
A Navy serviceman entered the room and saluted. Colonel, we're approaching the launch site.
Thank you, Ensign, Campbell said. He returned to the salute and addressed Snake. Get the rest of your gear on. We don't have much time
today. And here he was. Less than 12 hours earlier, he had been dreaming of huskies and bears. My babies! The husky part is a mood. I mean, who doesn't dream of husky? I saw a husky a few days ago. He was really cute. And he's really soft and fluffy. And I love him. I love dogs. Now he crouched behind a filtration tank, ready to make his move. Snake heard boots on metal somewhat above him. He carefully peered around the side and saw two soldiers at the other end of the cargo tank. A man wearing a brown trench coat was with them as they approached the freight elevator. You look like a pedophile. That is not nice! That is not nice! It's that easy. Okay, if you have not seen the Supernatural bloopers, gag reel, whatever, you are missing out. They're great. You can just poop on the floor. I'm tired of cleaning up poop that's on the floor, Dean. I love it. Okay, I'm sorry. That's Baby Driver. Okay. I'm going to go swap down a couple of balsam flies. The man told the soldier, speaking with polished elocution. Say a lead, he'll be through here, I know it. I see someone wearing a duster. Snake whispered, the Kodak picking up his words. I think it might be Revolver Ocelot. Revolver Ocelot. Okay, I'm sorry.
Can you get a positive ID?
Campbell asked, his voice somewhere in the recesses of Snake's ears. The man in the trench coat stepped into the elevator and turned around facing Snake.
Negative. Wait. He turned this way. Colonel, it's not Ocelot.
It was the leader himself! Liquid Snake! Oh no! Woo! Okay. Anyway. Yay. So, what did we learn? I got problems. Okay? Don't judge me. I don't like Snake thing. I don't like the Naomi Otacon thing. I don't like... actually, that's like all of... Oh! Venom, quiet. Vkaz is where it's at, bitch. No, dude, Quiet's like his adopted daughter, okay? It's canon now. It's canon now. Anyway, so that is the end. Yeah, surprisingly, I don't have a problem with male Johnny. I mean, like, I don't know, I guess it's not that surprising. I ship out a Sune, okay? Snake Otacon, that's where it's at, bitch. No, my problem with male Johnny is that I'm really bitter that Mel isn't a butch lesbian. I want her to be a butch lesbian, okay? Like, have you seen her arms in Metal Gear Solid 4? No straight girl has arms like that, okay? I don't even have arms like that. Do you see this? I'm not straight and I don't even have arms like that. Anyway, if you like this, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys next time. Bye!